Now, welcome back to the National League Rugby Review Show. My name's Harvey and I'm bringing you all the action from round 22 of the National League Rugby season. We're going to start off today with the title race in National 2 South with Esher taking on Redruth. Now, last week Esher threw somewhat of a spanner in the works thanks to a visit to a team a little bit down the road from here where I am today, as they lost to Hinckley 15 points to 13. Here's how they fared against the Cornishmen.
So Redruth will get us underway then for this National 2 South top of the table clash here at Molesey Road against Esher. So Will Routledge to launch this ball in now for Esher. Down it goes to Bullock, who fizzes it into Morley. Morley, that's a lovely inside ball. And here comes Esher into the Redruth 22. Richard Craven stops Esher in their tracks this time. The referee signalled a penalty, but surely an advantage to the home side now. Bullock into Morley again. The halfbacks combining well. Sam Stevens hauls down Morley this time. And Bullock for the third time. This time it's Jack Lavin, and over he goes in the corner for Esher. Esher will try and work the way out to the 22 here. Miles Rawson-Rudd is breaking away. He's got the whole of Molesey Road to seemingly wander into at the moment. He's found Thomas Priesniak on the left-hand side. And Priesniak's going to go alone here. Priesniak is away from the Redruth defenders and he's going to score on debut. What a start to this game for Esher. What an opening 20 minutes. Sam Morley adds the extras for the home side. And it's Redruth now who are pounding the Esher line. What can the league leaders do here? On the ball, screwing back to Richard Brown, who goes over for Redruth. And Fraser Honey lands the conversion for the league leaders. Esher now exerting their pressure at the start of this second half. Bullock puts it up to his forwards. Esher driving on now. The ball is there, and it's Bullock who's found Phil Cognisinger on debut and under the sticks. And Morley makes no mistake again with an easy conversion. And Esher now up to halfway. It's a good strong carry from the home side, who've been good at that so far this afternoon. Bullock into Morley, Morley into Rawson-Rudd, and Rawson-Rudd finds the gap once again. And here comes Esher down the left-hand side, and it's going to be Priesniak who's going to score in the corner, is he? Priesniak does do that. It's a second try on debut for him. It's been some start to the second half this for Esher, and it's a perfect response after two defeats on the spin. They're going to win a penalty here. Ben Fox not getting out of the way. And Morley will add the 3 points as Esher's excellent second half continues here. And Bullock whips the ball out to the left-hand side once again, and here's Phil Cognisinger. Oh, he's left Jack Simmons and Carl Bradley for dead, and Cognisinger's away here. Look at the speed of the man. Cognisinger shugs off Fraser Honey, and that is a brilliant try from Phil Cognisinger. Wonderful score. Into the dying embers here at Molesey Road. What can the league leaders take away from this afternoon? Here's Kevrin into Truin now, inside the 22. Oh, lovely dancing feet from the Redruth man. He's held well by Esher this time around. Fox on the blind side. Good tackle from Esher, trying to keep the score down on the home side here. But Kevrin goes alone, and Kevrin for a consolation for Redruth right at the end.
Well, yeah, no, it's a fantastic performance. We've had a tough couple of weeks, really, but the lads have kept battling, kept working hard, and yeah, we managed to kind of get a good set piece, and we could kind of launch our attack, and really pleased with how we did in those wide areas, and then we battled hard defensively. So yeah, they're obviously a good team, but I think in a long season you have your great days, you have your tough days, and that was a good day for us. So really pleased for everyone involved. You know, we said to the lads on Thursday night, you know, we're there or thereabouts, 20 games in, and like the other teams, it's all about what we all do from now on. So that's the key. It's how we play next week against Clifton. That's the key, and then we'll just take it a game at a time after that.
Now, after that piece of action in National 2 South, we're going to go to National 1, where we're going to start off with Bishop Stortford hosting Sale FC.
This was a game that sprung into life almost immediately when Sale FC's Jack Morehouse scored twice inside the opening 13 minutes as his side got off to a blistering start against Bishop Stortford. Shortly after that, though, the hosts clicked into gear with Josh Stannard grabbing himself a brace to cut the deficit to just 2 points, but Jack Metcalf's score on 73 minutes proved to be decisive as the Northwest outfit march on. After experiencing their first defeat in 9 games last time out, Cambridge produced an instant reaction against Chinner. The Blood and Sand didn't really find their groove until the second period, but Ben Brownlee and Kwaku Aziedu both crossed the whitewash in the opening 40. And James Borton penalty was as good as it got for Chinner, whilst Joe Tarrant scored 2 of Cambridge's 5 second-half tries as Richie Williams' side cruised to victory. Leeds Tykes meeting with Birmingham Molesey will be remembered fondly by Nikki O'Donnell, as she became just the second female referee to reach this level of the men's game. It may also be a fixture which the Midlands club look back on come the end of the season, as they held on to what could be a vital victory in Yorkshire. Seb Nagel-Taylor and Sam Poynton both crossed in the first period to help Molesey on their way, whilst Leeds Tykes were able to secure 2 well-deserved bonus points, with Charlie Venables scoring one of his side's 3 tries in the second period. It was another tight affair at Old Bath Road as 4th placed Rams RFC locked horns with Darlington Moden Park. An entertaining first half ended with visitors 18-10 in front, but Ewan McCurdy's yellow card was brutally punished by Rams as Robbie Stapley, Michael Dykes and Jack Rossiter all dotted down. Callum Mackenzie and James McRae then swapped scores before McCurdy redeemed himself by clinching 2 bonus points for DMP, whilst Rams continued their excellent recent form. With Sale FC, Rams and Cambridge all victorious, Cinderford needed to also taste that winning feeling to keep themselves in the race for a top 2 finish. But their hopes of staying in the mix with the chasing pack were dented early on as Harry Tarling opened the scoring for Taunton Titans. However, Mike Austin's neat finish helped the Foresters into a half-time lead. This back and forth contest continued when Dan Swain sniped his way over to hand the Titans a 2-point advantage, but in the final quarter, Harry Hone delivered the decisive blow to secure Cinderford a first bonus point win on the road since September. After almost 3 months without experiencing a defeat, now was not the time for Caldy to take their eye off the ball against bottom of the league Tunbridge Juddians. With the opportunity to go top of the National 1 table, Gareth Davis' side were not going to pass that chance up, and 3 tries in 16 first half minutes from David Jones, Lucas Thitherington and Nick Royal set the tone. A nice finish via Hugo Watson and a score from Tom Chapman pulled TJs back into the contest, but tries from Elliot Gourlay, Ben Jones and a second for Thitherington means Caldy enter March in pole position.
Bitterly disappointing to lose the game like that in the final play of the match, not for the first time this season.
Yeah, no, happened too often. Look, credit to Plymouth. They controlled the first half, we controlled the second, and the one opportunity they had in the second half of their ball they've got at the death. And yeah, it's a pretty bitter pill to swallow. I think we deserved probably to get the result, but unfortunately we haven't. And probably too many chances in the first half that we didn't take. And yeah, unfortunately Plymouth got it, and fair play to them. So, next week is a huge game for us.
That win for Caldy meant 5 of the top 6 sides all picked up victories on a thrilling weekend in the 3rd tier. With Rosslyn Park not in action in round 22, Caldy are now the new leaders of National 1, with the chasing pack all keeping the pressure on. Plymouth Albion's win means they are just a point behind Blackheath with 2 games in hand, whilst Birmingham Moseley's triumph keeps them 10th.
Time for National 2 North now, and Blaydon will start us off with their visit from Sheffield Tigers.
Blaydon got off to a flyer against Sheffield Tigers at Crow Trees with 3 tries in 17 first half minutes. The dish from Jamie Broadley sparked the Yorkshire side into life. The player head coach was on target again to reduce the deficit to 21-14, but this close range effort from Phil Brantington sealed back-to-back wins for the hosts. This really was a game of 2 halves at Avery Fields, with Fylde running in 7 tries in the first period against Bourneville, including a hat-trick from Tom Carlton. Bourneville have certainly entertained us this season, and they scored 33 unanswered points of their own after half-time, with Rich McGannon grabbing a brace. League leaders Hull take on Rotherham Titans this coming weekend, and they enter that massive promotion clash with 12 straight wins on their belt after seeing off a stubborn Harrogate outfit. Keane Naylor and Reece Dean both scored twice for the table toppers, whilst after a thumping by Stourbridge in round 21, the home side were much improved, with Rory Nabe scoring all of Harrogate's 10 points. After the recent adverse weather had impacted Lockwood Park, it was great to see Huddersfield back on their own patch in round 22. There wasn't much to write home about after a scoreless first 40, but Keane Stewart's try put the hosts in front. However, Chester were able to snatch the victory right at the death following James Lloyd's late try. There was more late drama in the Midlands when Tynedale visited Loughborough students. Seamus Hutton opened the scoring for Tyne, but James Langton's score helped the students into a 24-7 lead. The visitors though turned the game around to hold their advantage, and even though Loughborough students went ahead with 5 minutes to go, Tyne had the final say as Jake Rogers pinged over a penalty late on. With promotion ambitions on the line, Stourbridge's visit to Rotherham Titans was always going to be an intriguing contest, and the visitors led 10-6 at the break at Clifton Lane thanks to Jack Lee's try. However, the second place Titans hit back after the interval, and this score from Zach Poole proved to be the difference for Rotherham, who faced league leaders Hull in round 23. Like Rotherham, Sedgley Park are still in the promotion conversation in National 2 North after they held off Hull Ionians at Park Lane. The Yorkshire outfit recovered from 24-7 down to reduce the deficit to 3 points with 10 minutes to go, but Sedgley's 3 tries from Jamie Harrison and Matt Riley, plus the boot of Steve Collins, helped them over the line. It was all about the opening 40 minutes of the Avenue, as tries from Steve Graham and Joe Eltham helped Wharfdale into a 10-8 lead against Luctonians after a pulsating opening in Yorkshire. With the second half scoreless, the game was wrapped up by the visitors before the break, as tries from Rob Bengery and Ben Link clinched victory for Luctonians. It was a tight weekend across National 2 North as we enter the final 2 months of the season. With Hull, Rotherham Titans and Sedgley Park all winning, there's no change in the top 3, while Stourbridge have been leapfrogged by Fylde after their win against Bourneville, and Tynedale are into the top 8. In the bottom half, Chester were the only side to taste victory in round 22.
And now let's go back to National 2 South, where Bury St Edmunds were hosting Henley Hawks. In a game that was fought out to the very death in East Anglia, Bury St Edmunds and Henley Hawks played out a 25-all draw. Alex Harms, James Davies, Ben Cooper, Finlay McCartney and Yassine Brown all registered tries. Despite a strong first half performance from Barnes, who led at the break, Canterbury came back in the second half to score 3 converted tries to get back to winning ways. Harry Rowan's late try at Shaftesbury Park handed Dings Crusaders a win over Old Albanian. A 14-try thriller in Bristol, it seems as though OAs had drawn the clash thanks to a late flurry of tries only to be sunk late on. In a dominant performance on the Channel Islands, Guernsey Raiders raced to a 57-17 win over Hinckley, scoring 9 tries on Saturday afternoon in order to climb into 7th in the league table. Rochford 100 have picked up their 5th win of the season by beating Barnstaple 33 points to 9 in Essex. Rob Gardner bagged a brace of tries whilst Will Ferrier, Mackie Unabogi and Chris Shields scored the rest. Clifton have retaken top spot in National 2 South thanks to this win over Westcliff. Scoring 6 first-half tries, the Bristolians hardly looked back, whilst Westcliff did earn a try-scoring bonus point. A Jack Forrest double as well as 5 pointers for Harrison Sims, Will Scholes and Frank Taggart mean that Worthing keep themselves in title race contention against the stubborn Leicester Lions. Perhaps the biggest surprise this week came in the key game with Esher's win over Redruth, opening the door to Clifton, who comfortably beat Westcliff. Bury St Edmunds and Henley Hawks played out a draw, whilst Canterbury got back to winning ways. Dings played out another thriller. Guernsey beat Hinckley 57-17. Rochford 100 overcame Barnstaple 33 points to 9, and Worthing maintained pace thanks to their 35-19 win over Leicester Lions. When it comes to the table, there is a little bit of added intrigue at the top thanks to Redruth's loss. Clifton have top spot once more, whilst 3rd and 4th placed Esher and Worthing are in hot pursuit. At the foot of the table, there is little change with Dings Crusaders win at the weekend, seeing them leap above opponents Old Albanian. Thank you so much for watching this round of action on the National League Rugby Review Show, and I'm sure we'll see you next week.